Alright, hello viewer. We're just gonna let everything set up for a little bit. Some things need a couple seconds to load here, so I'll get started in a minute. If you're tuning in for the first time, so Twitch and YouTube addresses are up, and we'll have today is just an emoji thing. So we're doing some basic art in Affinity, doing some design type stuff with vector lines, sort of thing. Okay, everything should be loaded and caught up now. So, today, I'm going to do some art. We'll turn this down. There we go. Today we're just going to be doing some art. We're going to be working on the something you could use from the Racer game. But it's specific I'm working on. You could use the same type idea for some of your stuff too, but this is specifically for more of like a neon colored racer. So let's go and go ahead and get started. So welcome to Bug Free Productions. We have our Twitch and our YouTube channel up on the screen there, where you can find all of the archived videos. You can follow along with the racer tutorial type series, which did start on YouTube but has since moved to Twitch. And those will be currently Tuesday, Thursday, programming and variable content. Then on Saturday, it was for some art type things specifically. Right now it's racer art that I'm going through the process of how I'm making art for this one fight game, and how you kind of mix stuff for Unity 3D and 2D to run. So that's all doing good. We'll look back here, and we'll be heading into work on some of this stuff. So I use Affinity Design because it's a cheaper option with a fully functioning, like still most of the library that you would get from Adobe, but it's not only cheaper, but in fact you can get a package with somewhat of a free program suite, which is Photo Affinity and I don't remember Affinity Photo, Affinity Designer, and I don't remember what the name of the third one is. I don't do a lot of Publisher type stuff, so that's not going to be as common for me to open probably. I mostly do uh, vector work and illustration, so it's mostly Affinity Designer and Photo that I use. I don't use a lot of the other one, but it's there when I need to do like a page or something for somebody. And if you're a designer, it's only a one-time payment, and then you get the license until they quit supporting it. So you get a lot more out of the $110 than you do the other thing. So, and they're probably not stealing all your art for AI, so there's that too. So with that, everything looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and we can leave the music on for the day. I'm just gonna switch us over to the other scene. And then we should be here's a little buffer, and maybe I'll check into the latency for the next one. Turn off low latency mode or something. Oh well. Oh, that's just it. Okay. Anyway, so we have this one. That was in the last video, but my allergies kept me from finishing. So today we'll hopefully get a little bit farther. So I looked up some stuff, and not in here, but in Unity. So one thing is, if you're thinking about this, how are we gonna put this into Unity since this is open? So there was a hub or something. Quad. There was a quad in here, and what we're gonna do now with this is instead of using a quad, I'm gonna use canvas. So this is a canvas. Rect transform is very small, if you notice. Of height. That's one unit, and it's in world space, which means it's going to be like rotatable, and you'll get the 2D effect. Canvas scaler, I left most of this default, but essentially this means, so when you pull an image in here, it'll act exactly like 2D image because it is 2D image. All UI is pretty much 2D, unless you change it, make your own UI to be. So if you look at that, then we can go ahead and create canvas, not creating anything. It's like, for instance, you're creating essentially what would go into a UI image. Why can't I see image? Ah, why is the image? So the image is not locked to the side. Okay. Why? I have no idea. But any case, and you would probably make something less than the whole canvas. Let's say 0.5. And then we can move this around using transform that's related to this. That's programmers, you're moving it around. Mess. Project you're working on, that puts those in together. And if you're using Unity, it's kind of a weird mix between. So if you're a designer, like an art designer, you might not touch Unity, but time or something. Have you do design for this type of thing? Like do some design in Unity. I don't know. The term designer is kind of broad and it's not very, I guess I should say artist maybe. If you're an artist, you might not necessarily be working in Unity. Designers might. That would probably be a better way to put it. Artists might only do the 2D assets, and then the designer um, might be a better way to try and explain that. Or at least the best I can do today. So what do we have? So just know that this is basically a 2D image of a square. That image we pulled in. So you can create 2D images and put them right in on here. And we'll probably go through that on a different episode. It'll probably take most of the video to finish making that little emoji guy. Because there's a couple things I want to do. And I'll go through the reason why I switched to doing acting a transfer page for the Bob instead of the tweening that I did with Infinity. So with that, let's go ahead. I could probably close it. We'll just minimize it. It's fine. So going back into Affinity here, we have emoji up, down that I created last time, and you can see that we have off what we kind of tween an animation of it going down. That's all good and fun, right? But once it goes down, that's fine. So this would be fine normally. If we just put this on the canvas, it would be fine. The thing I didn't like about that though is then so we're setting a circle in an animation. I kind of wanted to do this effect, right? This effect, right? So I want kind of like a progressive scan effect. Because I thought about doing some data bits and some noise, but I'm not sure how to do that. And being that this is still something heavy, I don't want to put effort into that. Let's see if we can control and group these though. Yeah, that'll work better. Perfect. So I line that up at the bottom, and that's just so I have a solid recurring point. Because what is it? These are all spaced evenly. I did that a bit before stream to get that ready. Just because it would be easier on me to try and than trying to figure out how to get that live. Which it's just if we open the group then. So you see these are just groups of lines that are then grouped in a bigger group. So, and then if we really wanted to edit them, we could go into the rectangles and edit them. But right now, so it's just this repeating set of lines spaced apart evenly. It creates this kind of progressive scan effect. It could be more randomized. I mean, without going through a bunch of code or painstaking detailing, it's not going to happen. So all I did is I decided on since this is a repetitive image group, all I did was really decide on weight. So I'm just going to make sure my audio, yep. I really just did was decide on a point where it was going to tween. So that basically, as I go through, as long as I end in the book, I only needed enough to make blue. So maybe I'll do shift down. Yeah, that'll show a little bit better. So as long as I cover an end on the same line, it can loop. So if we and actually a better one would be to line it up. line it up with the bottom, and then start. So all we need is one loop where it hits to the top of that, probably. I think is what we're going for. So one loop is exactly there, or probably closer there. So one loop's like exactly there, and then we just loop our effect. So we have that, and then we could go do like go do some stuff in making a actual sprite sheet. The first thing we kind of got to do though is I want to create a mask for this group so I'm not displaying outside the bounds because I want this to be a transparent image, right? That's the goal. So I just want the circle part. So let's go ahead and actually, let's see if I can click on the circle, Control C. Control V. Let's throw that way up. I'll throw it up to the top. Rename it mask. Because I have mid down there, yep. So we'll call it mask, and then can I use, nope. Mask to below. So now we're masking this group, like all the groups. That's not quite the behavior I wanted. Fi. Let's go ahead and do some. Let me try a settings quick. I don't know why I bothered doing that. I don't know where anything is. Maybe we... Yeah. I'll have to look for it. I don't know how to do that thing. Anyway. We'll have to... I'll have to fix that later. Right now I just need to find... Just gonna continue. See if everything's okay, hopefully. Anyway. So we have one problem. That's that this mask wants to move with the whole group. That's not exactly the behavior I wanted. So there is probably a way I could fix that. So it masks below. I was kind of hoping it would just mask on the group, and then the group, yeah, that would. So let's, how could I do this? Let's just create an empty pixel. Why'd that clear off? Oh, this mask is still there. Then we apply this mask to below, which will apply it to the empty pixel layer. Why did that have that effect? Okay. There's that. Let's get rid of that empty pixel layer. That's a different thing. We could regroup them all inside this group. And then this mask would apply to below, then it can still move this group. Yep, there we go. And we have Scantron. There it goes. Okay, so there's the progressive scan effect. So then I made this program, which is just gonna, I made this document. I'm just gonna change the setup options for. I think I need to check again with emojis. So emoji scan. It's 540. And then we're going to go to scan effect sheet, go document setup, and I can set it up correctly. 540. And then 540, and then that rest depends on how many frames we want, right? So how many frames do we want of this? What is it? 12 a second is the goal, but quite often ends up being frames doubled to 6. We're gonna try for somewhere between 6 and 12, because I think 6 is kind of choppy if you have shapes, and then if you're not doing pixel art style, and then 12 doesn't always seem necessary, because I can put things down to like f-second speed or something. Just depends how long we want that transition to occur, but we can do that in timing too later. Yeah, because I can't use transform on it, so we're gonna have to do that. So basically I want 12, so let's say 540 by 12, which is quite a long spreadsheet. I did it in the style of a single panel, which I guess I should have expected. Let's see if we can flip that though, because I just like working. Oh, this is 540. Here, I just like working this way instead. Probably a holdover from when I used to do this in Clip Studio. So everything's about in the 540 square, which will actually import PNGs into this one. or something like that. But to illustrate some of the effects idea, I'm just gonna go ahead and do, because if I do too much export, you guys are gonna see my file path and stuff. You don't want that. But just to get kind of an idea of how it works, if you haven't, sure, people that tune in probably have done something like that. So I'm just gonna say, so this is our line, which is, yeah, about there. So just kind of eye mark that. So I probably copy. So copy. There's probably a grid. Show guides. I probably use show grid as well. That might help. So view, let's set up a guide. Let's oh, we can just set up like, yep, that's pretty easy. So 12. Style. Let's try and give them a green outline. Yeah, there we go. And what's that? Margins, which are blue, which we don't have any. That's why that's that way. Do we have 5 pixels? Because I wasn't thinking at the time. It should be like 5 pixels. Brings us in a little bit. Brings us in. So let me go Control V. So this would be like our first. Oh, because I don't have that thing underneath it. So if I want to adjust the scan effect, I could do this. This doesn't really, depends if I ever want to change the base color of the non-scan, which I'm not going to do too often. So I should probably just. So let's go to emoji scan effects. And you have to do that. We'll just paste it in there. Oh, green margins. I see. I misunderstood. I want to show columns and guides. I want to fix the guides. I just want 0 pixel margins. Yeah, which is only okay because I don't want any bleeds or anything set up. So why isn't that perfect 540s? Huh. What could be the problem with that? Must be making gutters, maybe? It's got rows. 1 row, gutter. Yep, it has a gutter. Don't want gutters. There we go. And that's perfect for a sprite sheet. So if we go back to the, as I flip through every single thing in here, and if I flip down and I go to, I'll want to access the group because I want to move this group Maybe we even handle this whole thing. Can't believe it's the whole thing. So then, I probably just want to decide what my iteration is. I'll probably go shift down one. Maybe that's enough. So maybe we do that. Shift down one. And then we're going to grab the whole thing again. Control click. Oop. That's a power toys function. I just hit control key too close together. It's all okay. Shifts. So then this will be in the next frame. Come on. Can I center it with the guides? What was my center? My alignment was here. I can. Sweet. Whoop. That has unintended results. The mids and the whole thing are separate. So the way to fix that would be, there's a flaw in my structure. It would just be to simply throw that under the mask, but as separate from the group. Because it's fine that that still masks it. It's just not okay that it... Did I just kill something? What happened here? Mid under the mask, where the mid... Something I didn't intend, I dropped it like somewhere. Somewhere. So mid, you go under whole thing, which it's then masked. It needs to go... Can I move this below the group? There. Okay. So then we could center this. Wait. Whole thing. Ah, heck. Boy. Let's throw back to emoji scan. Let's decide that those two are dead to me. And go back to the scan. Go to the group. We're going to set the group back to where it should be. So if it's there, then what? So, outside, mid, goes in the whole thing. Group goes in the whole thing. This applies. Cool. Okay. Now if we control C, there. And instead of copy and paste it a bunch of times, what would actually be useful is to go Alt Shift. And if we do alignment, why does center do that? Something to do with we're not to the spread. Alright, so if I do horizontal and then do it to margin, no. Has to do with that. So yeah. I mean, you can do it this way. This way would be a pain. At least with the tools that I can see right away. It's best to just export them all into a place to use all those on. So that you can just pull in all 5 file pictures that have been exported into here. Because this is going to be cumbersome. And not work no way I want to. So let's just go ahead and say something like we go in here and just export here. So file export, and then you would go move the group as you would, and export again. So we'll just leave this for right now. This will be the under part of it, and we'll work on something else. I'll probably just show in one of the art ones later finish sheets and how they at some point. So this one's essentially not going to be used at all for anything. Emoji modified, we will be using this. We will save it. And we will be doing, let's make a swatch. Let's group that, and then on top of grouping it, I want to use purple, and then I want to use purple. I can scratch my eye quick. Maybe not quick. Ugh. Yep, itchy eyes. It's fall. It's definitely fall. Okay, so we have our color swatches, and then I'm just going to turn off the swatches just to hold those guys in place for later. Like I mentioned, we'll probably just change hue on all of those if I can figure out how to do that without learning hex code. Otherwise, it might be as simple as just turning that thing around the wheel until I get the right hue, so that they're all the same hue. What would be next? So I'm probably gonna look up some emojis, honestly, because I don't remember. I was thinking it'd be kind of cool to get text style emojis. I found this one website. It's just textemoji.org, and you can copy and paste all the different emojis. what their text starts are. Not all of them look very real, because there's a lot of ones where they just use like symbols that aren't on, like it's not keyboard symbols, stuff that's under like ASCII 2. So it's technically a symbol that the keyboard can produce, but it's not. It doesn't exactly read as it's just text, right? So, um, the other idea I was kind of playing with is what if in Unity we did like just so that they could type text in and have different colored faces if you just got a simple um or not simple, but we just got some sort of stylized text that worked kind of well. And then you can just uh game designer or developer could just what the faces should be in normal keyboard strokes with a certain font, and that would kind of work. Oh, I like the tilde. That's funny. Um, which might be better, is what I'm thinking, than trying to make a bunch of faces in this program. So we'd still have like this part that's going to be the emitter, and then we'd still make it so that this um, but we could do that in Unity instead. Since I actually have it up, let's go ahead. Just gonna check that. Yeah. So I'm just gonna go ahead and look at that. It's okay. Streamed it a little bit. I think this might be a bit too much for it to run, most possibly. I'm gonna close that hub and get anything off of that. Not really. It might be my internet connection. What if I pause this? How's that doing? Did that not affect it at all? Cool. Oh well. That's about all I can think aside from just closing everything to make that work. So let's go ahead and continue on to the next thing. We'll refresh this a little bit just to see if that's a problem. And then we'll continue here. Yeah, it's still a problem. Okay, how about that? Hopefully it's back. Anyway, so we have the stuff underneath there working pretty well. I might even, so let's look at Unity, right? Hmm, let me try the dashboard one more time. Da-da-da-da. Latency mode, there we go. I don't know why I couldn't see that before. Okay, there we go. Let's try that. See if that fixes anything. It may not. Um, so let's continue then with the Unity part. So we go into here and we're looking at possibly doing something with the um, canvas image. So it would probably be with the image let's just go and link it with the image, saying this is like where we'll link our, this is where we'll do our animation and where that'll all take place. All right, so think of that square as like your emoji, right? So if that's the emoji, then where does this go? So if, where does the face go? So we'd probably want to do something like image. So then I'm gonna add for UI, Text Mesh Pro. The heck? What is this doing? Here, come on there. There. Gonna need not necessarily the font size, but let's get a font color we can see. And then we probably also have to put just like one. What is it? Decimal. Okay. 0.25. All right, let's say 0.1. And that'll probably be different when we go and change this text. So what's a pretty standard one is like parenthesis, something like that. Um, let's pop this over so just so that I can. That's skybox. There we go, gizmos. Turn those gizmos off. That wouldn't be too bad. We can even pump up the size a little bit. Yeah, so we could have done 0.2. So about there. So we could use something like that and have that be part of the Unity thing. So that we just change the text to make the emojis, which I think would be better. And I kind of got this idea from one of the other things. What was it? It was a game with this streamer type idea where you video scary things. Can't remember the name. I'm bad with memory when I need to be. Um, but it was kind of inspired by that idea just because it'll look more tech based. Actually, let's see. Do I have console? If not, there should be not Calibri. I mean, there should be Calibri, but that's not what I'm interested in. Okay, can I canvas text? Um, what do I have? I want to have, well, Gonzalez is the one I could think of, which is not on here. No new courier either. So I'd probably want to import one of those and see how those looks, because if it's going for neon digital looking, one of those fonts is going to be the most code-like looking ones. So that would be kind of fun to use. Um, then I thought about also, instead of having something that tells you what place you're in, um, maybe having that displayed by the face as well. So if you're in like last place, and you're in, yeah, if you're just in like last place or first place or whatever, your the bracer face would change based on that, be happy or sad. And then also when you get hit or something, we'd have like a stunned face, which I don't know what that is. That might be something like, yeah, probably lowercase x. But you get the point. Does this font have a tilde? Does it? I can't tell with that. I mean, it has a tilde, but that's not what I want. Um, so it does look like he's kind of upside down, which is kind of funny. But that said, so I'd probably do the text face in here just because it'll be easier to code just throwing in text. Also, then we can save like user defined ones to be, which would be kind of funny. Because then you have some, I don't know if I would make it visible on multiplayer. I might. It would be kind of funny to have a custom made sheet and then shared with the different players so that they could do certain things. And it would be kind of cool to do it that way. It's, yeah, that would be really cool. It would possibly be really, it might need some moderating so that they can't put certain combinations in there, but and then just use default if they do. But that's more coding stuff. That's less of the art stuff that I was gonna do today here. So that looks pretty good in relation to that. Yeah, height, width. What if we do 0? 0 is left, so 0.5 is way far off. Weird. I haven't aligned to center, so why does it? Huh. That's a Unity thing though. Anyway, back to the art stuff. Where's that at? Affinity over here. So we have this guy here. Um, that's looking pretty good. So let's throw the music back on if we can. There we go. So this should be better now. Yep. No buffering at my end, so hopefully that's all fine now. And we can get some more of this stuff done. So if we're not doing the face, we just really need to save that swatch so we know what colors to use with the certain different assets. So if we're not doing that, I guess this is pretty much done then. So we started with, hey, we're going to do all these different frames, and then we're looking at, well, maybe we'll just do the ground. Which at that point, I guess we'll just go get that guy. Yeah, now it's alright. So this will glow. This is progressive scan line, so this is like just a defined outline. Which we could do without too. We could just have that and then have the face projected over it. Depends what kind of look we're going for. Might even leave it just with progressive scan. So yeah. take those exports and get them into a sprite sheet, and then we'll be able to see what they look like in Unity. I don't really have a holding page, so I don't know what to do with that. What would we do with a holding page? There's no just black screen I can go to. Is there? Um, yeah, I think this will work. This should work. If it doesn't, I'll find out shortly. So, we should have a new scene coming up here pretty quick. Might be on a bit of a delay, but I want to make sure this works. Did it work? Come on. Doesn't look like it works, huh? There it is. Wow, that's quite a delay. So I'm gonna go ahead and split these. Just do a couple quick ones so that you can see how they come in. So that you can see how these things work. So file, export. Oh, it opens on the other side anyway. Well, let's see if it all exports that way. Linear, whole document, no, nothing. PT, transfer PQ. So I keep PNG because PNG scales better. Color's better too for some reason when I pull it in. So I'm gonna export that as scan effects, effect 1. File, and then export again, PNG, export. Okay, it always comes up on this side, so I can't do that. And it's gonna take too long for me to actually do it because I'm kind of slow at these types of things. So I'm just gonna go ahead and bring that back. Actually put it to black one more time and then I'm gonna try and open that comic one and we'll just work on that for a little while. Because this is at the point where we just kind of export stuff and then I'll do the yeah. We'll do that just because I'm not comfortable really streaming it, going through the files and all that crap. So we'll do that. We'll go ahead and close the Unity. That's to save. So yes, we want to save. And I'll get some type of hold graphic maybe to do that. Then I can just name that like hold. Oh, no, that's not what I want. I don't like how you have to turn it on in order to edit it. Just leave the other one on. Okay. Anyway, we did need to put scene 2 on holds. That's just so I can use file, open. Where is open? Open recent. Right, because it's not that way either. Let's try this way. Alright, so that's launching. And I'm also gonna I'll turn that off once we get things back Comic books. The comic book's back open. Comic book's back open. Whee! Excitement. So if you haven't watched in a while, or just haven't seen this, this is the comic I've been working on for a little bit. Ah, that's quite a delay. Um, so if we look at this, we were on sketch 3. Let's do some sketchy sketch. Sketch. And we're going to be going to... We'll be doing some faces, it looks like. Possibly redrawing this one, because that looks pretty leaned. And in the wrong direction leaned at that. And I did these all in like letter, but it could be easily... I should have used a bigger eraser. So if here's my horizon, the barrel is above it. Barrel is bigger towards me. Something like that. And I had hands on it, like... So like he's looking up over the barrel. There's 1, 2. Just actually put them closer to each other. So then that highlights, they're just over here. Something like that. I may have done this on letter paper, but I did that mostly just for composition, because I'm thinking like small book is still gonna be the same. That's actually what my target is, I think. So it's fine that it is, because it's 5 by something, 3 by 5, or something like that. Is what I'll actually be maybe printing this at. That would actually be one reason I would use the other program that I have. The publisher, I think. Publisher. Just get their hats in there, kinda, just so I can see some comp. And then, so it's 1, 2, 3. And you should have some type of word bubble, which is right here, which is going to be better when I go over it with something a little bit thicker, maybe. Whew. So all page 1 stuff is in there. So let's just have that select and get a new pixel layer. I would say this is ink. There's page 3. Page 3 ink. And then we're gonna go ahead and turn this off and onion this down. I should see if I can change the paper color on here. Well, actually I can probably, can't I? It's in document, file, document setup. Isn't it? Edit, document, add snapshot, clip canvas. Huh. I know there's a way to do this. Oh well. Because I know I really liked that one style. Maybe the only way to do that would be to like create a pixel. It's like at the bottom, just filled with. What if I did? How do I get my? Not that way. Heck, color. There we go. There we go. We'll actually print on white, but my god, that was hurting my eyes. So until we go to shade, we'll work on that. Yeah, that works. And then I can turn that off and do this. Cool. Brush. Alright, and we said we want a bit of a bigger brush. 70 pixels. Probably need a black brush. We got colors back. There we go. Something like that. That does look pretty good. Let me go back down. Let's see if we can. Oh no, wrong layer. Not pixel layer. Ink layer. Ink layer. something like that. Then we have on sketch, we actually have to have something like that. Oh, thank you for the drag. Huh. That probably wasn't done in a real black, huh? I'm in like a half black or something. Let's do a black. Which means the other page is not in a fully black color either. Boy. Yep. And I totally blacked out. Okay. So, blacked out a little bit on what I was doing. Just a little focused. So. This felt one's working out pretty nice. Oh. Something like that. Let's get those ears in. Let's do an eraser mark right down to here. Just need to do a little more fluid. Something like that. And then we go something like that. Gonna start going a little quicker, hopefully someday. Um, uh, Not quite liking how it's coming out. What time is it? 1:14. Okay. Do a little more with something like that. Whoa. I could rotate this, I suppose. Or I could just redraw that one. Something like that. I might need to warm up. I'm not good at drawing right now. Let's just use this as the. Let's just use this as the sketch. No, what is it? Let's go. Can't do duplicate that way. Then we'll just turn these off. Alright. Something's not flowing. Something's not working at all. It might be that my brain doesn't actually lines it makes, but I don't like using it. Might be that the sketch was bad. Might be that my sketch was just really bad. We need to do one more sketch. Very badly. Yep. Yep. I definitely need more sketch, and that's the problem. We're not going to do an ink. We're going to go back into the sketch and just fix all the, because that was a really rough one. I thought I could just do it, but apparently I can't. It's weird. Eraser. No, it wasn't drying at all. Cool. Come. That eye line is bad. Oh. This is also going to be an up angle. You can't have the midpoint be there, do a downing. She's the only one that should be looking down because he's the only, or he should be accomplish. And these two are looking up because that dude's trying to make a little bit more thing here. Brush. Something like that. Something like that. Better. Much better. Let's see. Cool, like that. What's so freaking... It's that this should just come out and come in. Like I drew that once. And that should be better sketch. Also where I felt things. Feels too big to control. So here we go. That's way better for sketch. We're looking at the top of the hat because he's big. Get rid of that crap. Brush. Something like that. We'll give everyone a little bit of a 3/4 because it's less interesting anyway. At least to me anyway. I don't like too much head-on graphics because it just doesn't make any sense. Or it makes sense, but it doesn't make for a very dynamic thing to me. If you haven't watched the other ones, this is kind of like a fantasy type comic. That's kind of what we're going for. That's not very strong chin, actually. It's neck. Like that ish. Yeah, that'll get better. None of these characters have mouths yet. Now would be a good time for that, probably. Erase. And then these guys are still kind of upset, so they're not going to be. Something like that. Really sad. Just ink it out. It's fine. I'm not going to change all the lines out of here because then we'll just lose orientation. Something like that. It's a little long. I was a little zoomed in when I did that. Something more like that. Eraser. Brush. Didn't like that. Oh, comic emo. Something like that. Something like that. So then we got that, and that's working okay. Then they're all looking kind of off. These guys are acting worried. Brush. Yep, that's the angle. That's the angle. Like that. Erase that back out, pop it up. Okay. That's looking better. And we got, he's just kind of confused. Confused and inquisitive, kinda. Something like that. Because he's just kind of inquisitive. He doesn't have any idea what's going on. That looks terrible. How about if I go... That should be better. Better. I think I messed up this part. This comes down into a like right here, and then chin should be wider on that side, which fixes the better-ish. Could probably be even. We did it this way. So more like that. More like that. I don't know, placing the neckline is always something. Isn't usually something I excel at. Currently, anyway. That's pretty good at it. He is not really sure what's going on. Unless, yeah. That line's fine. So that's fine. Well, let's just continue to sketch this out a little bit more, and we only have a few minutes left. And then I'll get those one things. Yep. Place that. Okay. And brush, so we just need a little bit of a so then this kind of thing. This guy's really big. Those are probably into should be probably have that. That one looks kind of make that one a little flatter. Pull that one into here. And then here's the fun part, just kind of hint at their faces. Probably just erase that off. Why does this work so weirdly? Was it not making contact, or what's the deal? Not making contact. Can't push too light either, huh? Alright. Let's put that up there. Probably not going to include eyes in this one, just because just because. So we'll do something like that. Maybe 1,000 was the recommended. Dropping 50% of frames. I was supposed to close this guy. So maybe if we close him. Yes, save. Maybe this will help, because maybe it won't run as hot. How's that look? Not much better. I don't know why it's so slow for upload, but we have a couple meg internet. Must be lightning technology. Anyway, got some more of this. Actually, we'll widen that right out. I want to kind of put it towards the edge of the screen. So we got some, yeah, because that gives us a little more depth and scale. And then makes them look even bigger too. got stopper for the then something like we just gotta curve around like that. So something like that. Shows pause. Pause in the physical thing, not pause. Breaking of continuity. And then we got something like that. Something there. I don't know how deeply I want to render that at this point. We'll kind of just see how it goes. Might just be some shading. Because if we're thinking about a 5, or even just like a smaller piece, paper, there's not gonna be a whole lot. I'll probably just do some shading. And let's see if we can line this up a little bit better. There we go. It gets our scale a little bit better. This essentially what you see here. Um, so then we go up and like that. We can probably hook the around. Nah, it should be here. One, two, three. Makes me think we should make those a little shorter. Do something like that. 2, 3. Something like that. So we'll probably adjust that shrunk a little bit. Probably scale that down a little bit when we go to actually ink something. Something like that. And this seems a little thin, so we'll probably put it instead. Maybe we'll have just a bit of a thumb up there. Not the best hand. Can clean it up a little bit more once I get in there with an actual We go to finalize it. We'll probably go into here. Um, Something like that. Something like that. And then these are, let's dynamic that up. That one probably go in here. My lines are supposed to be really swath. I kind of need this page. Okay, I think I kind of get it. So it was, whoop, fresh. Let's cut it off here actually. Why is it? No, it's drawing on book page. God. Lock it back till the thing turns off. What's on that? Nothing really. Okay. And four, three, two, one. How's that? Needs to finish processing that. That's what it needed. Yeah. Something like that. could probably happen up here. Could probably be somewhere up there. He's looking forward, just gentle there. Something like that. Then we got text there. We can move this barrel up in this sketch too. Yep, something like that. Also actually move the barrel up even further. Let's move it up to here. Something like that. Because this time it's different. This time it's different. What was good about the other barrel in it? Should probably be here. Yeah, that's probably what I did wrong. Angle of the barrel wasn't good. So then we can go bigger on this side. Come in. The same angle. We can still have some elbow out here. And have a barrel. And then we can just have it on this bicep. Right? Not bicep, shoulder muscle. Like just in there. On his shoulder. Something closer to that. It's an open barrel, so we might put the stopper up there, flip it that way. That's a lot better sketch. And I think we'll leave it there today. So hopefully that first part of the emoji thing went well. I'll do some exports. Um, put them in sprite sheets and probably put them over into some things. Or put them over into Unity and how we'll do some of the animation in there. So with that, we're gonna look over and we're gonna switch to another scene. As always, you can find the other videos on YouTube. And you can start any one of the tutorial series along with just watching along with some art stuff. The art stuff's a little less organized right now. I'll probably start getting that into Eraser or not racer, but a specific playlist for specifically Unity art. Start. Um, but for now, that's everything. You can watch at twitch.tv if you follow and join in on the streams. Schedule's up on Twitch. With that, I think I'll wish everybody a bug-free day, and we'll let Zelda play us out for minutes here, like closing.